Welcome to another episode of Between Two Brokers. So, guess what time it is? What? It's Schmoopy time. Thank you so much, dear listener, for writing into podcast at smithspencer.com. Keep all of your questions coming. We love to hear from you, most of you. Okay, so here we go. And this is from Natalie Castaneda, who's in Oregon. Yes. Okay. I feel like we've been channeling our inner Oregon and Pacific Seattle Northwest. With this like weather that we've had the last week, although the sun decided to come out finally.
And our home prices.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. Hola, Schmoopy. Love that. She also is bilingual. I have a question.
Yo también.
I have a question that spins off of your last podcast, episode 80. Thanks for keeping up, girl. When choosing a brand and a niche, do most brokers have to start with the typical first-time home buyers, or is the commercial and or luxury market a realistic starting point for a first-year broker? ? I pride myself on great customer service as an entrepreneur and B2B wholesale and part-time mobile notary and signing agent. I've worked with some high-level clients. I've met enough to know where I'm received well and have already made up my mind that I do not, in caps, want to work with first-time home buyers. They're my favorite, okay? I'd rather work with investors and business owners. I have a network already. Am I dreaming too big to think that I can bypass working with first-time home buyers? Schmoopy, what you think?
I also agree with you. I think first-time home buyers are one of my favorite groups. I think the clarification I'm looking for is only because she said investors and business owners. Does she think those people have more money and first-time home buyers are at lower prices, or does she think first-time home buyers are just much more emotional and she doesn't want to deal with that? Is my question, because just because you're a first-time home buyer doesn't mean you're, looking at the lowest price point out there.
Well, and another reason I love my first-time home buyers is because they're so excited, so sweet, so green, and then you have a client for life. Like, I've had somebody who bought their first house for me, and then they sell it a couple years later, buy another one. So, like, you can't think of clients in terms of I don't think about them in terms of transactions. I think about the relationship.
Yeah.
And the other thing about first-time home buyers is they're not old enough yet where like every single one of their BFFs is a real estate agent like ours are.
Yeah.
So they like totally recommend their friends to you. So you again, to Erin's point, I think that you really need to like, what are you saying about why do you not like first-time home buyers?
Yeah.
Because they're the most fun.
The other thing I love about them is that they listen to me.
Yeah.
You hire an expert for a reason. It's a shame not to listen to them. But all else being equal, no, you don't have to start with first-time home buyers.
Mm-mm. No. The answer is you can do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
That's the best thing about this business, and you can try things, and if they work, great, and if they don't, do something else. But since you already have the relationships, that's huge. So
and the level of, I don't want to say level of customer service. Actually, scratch that, you guys, because I want to give the same.
Yeah. But yeah, just you've already got the relationships going with these people, so you're already like more than halfway there. And there's an expression that we use in sales: the riches are in the niches. So, like, absolutely focus on something, because you need to have like your target avatar. So if your target avatar is like an entrepreneur, then you know where to focus. Like if you're going to do marketing online, then you're going to focus on entrepreneurs. You're going to get more and more of those people, and those are you want to work with like-minded people. You're an entrepreneur, people that you want to work with.
So she's a new agent or going to be an agent, right? She's not currently, obviously, because that's why we're talking about what is she starting with. I also think when you're new, you can't be picky. Take what you can get.
Well, that's the advice I give.
I'm not picky. I
No.
still take everybody that reaches out to me.
Yeah, same.
I mean, I don't.
As my dad says, picky, picky, parlez-vous. It's not helpful to be picky.
No.
And then like, I don't know if you're always doing the same shit. Isn't that boring? You're always like selling the same houses in the same neighborhood to the same type of people. I mean, come on. Like, I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
So
don't come into this business with a diva attitude, and maybe she's not. I don't, but
yeah.
don't let yourself get there.
Yes. So ask yourself why you don't want to work with first-time home buyers. We're trying to make sure you're not a snob. Okay.
Yeah.
And then, but I do think that you need to have a focus, like generally speaking.
Yeah.
I mean, the reason that I would say I don't, from like a demographic standpoint and a geographic standpoint, and I do get annoyed when people are like, oh, where do you sell? I mean, I tell people, but is because I did it for 10 years before I started my own company, and I already had all these past clients, and that was my focus, was helping all my past clients that had remained loyal to me, and continuing those relationships. And they were all over, and they were at different price points, and they're still my clients.
Yeah.
So that's why I can't be picky, parlez-vous.
Yeah. I think it's good to have a preferred niche, but you still do it all. I prefer to sell in my neighborhood because I know every single house. I know that, I just, it's one thing to know real estate. It's another thing to know the neighborhood. And that's my preferred niche, but it doesn't mean I'm not going to sell outside my neighborhood.
Well, and niche can mean you can have the geographic, and then you can have price points.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we absolutely have agents on our team that focus on luxury. You and I have both received a lot of luxury training and branding and all that kind of stuff. And it's mostly what we sell. But again, that also has to do with time in the business. It has to do with where we live. It has to do with our age.
Yeah.
You know, when I have like somebody come in who's 25 years old and they tell me they want to be a luxury agent, I don't poo-poo on their dreams entirely. I just say it's good to start at the beginning,
Yeah.
and to have that as a goal. And that, in time, as there are people that are their age that they hang out with and everything, accumulate more money as they get older. I'm like, when you're a 60-year-old real estate agent, your friends are all going to be buying $5 million homes. So just chill out. Can you wait 35 years? It's really fun telling a 25-year-old that. Because they want everything right now.
Yeah.
And I did too when I was that age.
So maybe the advice is you don't get to pick the niche picks you. I mean, you have to try it all before you figure out what you're best at, right?
Ooh, I love that, Erin.
Don't be a niche bitch.
And I think that's the perfect spot to end. Thank you, Niche Bitch, for writing in. We really, really appreciate you emailing podcast@smithspencer.com. Please continue to email us with all of your questions and have the world's smartest woman answer them for you. Thanks so much for tuning in. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe, and we appreciate you listening.